Dobra pojalovac y dobry dzień. Bienvenidos y buenas tardes. Bom-vindo y boa tarde. Sodawu y wagalab wagnasam. Welcome and good evening. On behalf of the Shakopee School Board, I would like to welcome all of you to the graduation of the class of 2014. I would like to borrow from David Letterman and do his top 10 list of what I would like the class of 2014 to be able to accomplish. Number 10, write an English to teenager and teenager to English dictionary and provide frequent updates. Number 9, thank a teacher. You may be able to find any information that you want on the internet, but only a teacher can help you learn. Number 8, come up with a way to read the mind of the driver in front of you. It shouldn't be too hard. After all, there are drivers that don't have brains enough to figure out how to use turn signals. Number 7, pick up a book and read it. Learn English grammar and spelling. I don't want to believe that the last great American novel has already been written, or that the next one will be in chapters of 140 characters or less. Come up with cures for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. These diseases have caused way too much suffering. These diseases have caused way too much suffering and loss in the world. Number 5, learn a language and travel. Go out into the world and meet people from different countries. The friendship and the knowledge that you will gain as a result will be immeasurable. Number 4, and I'm really pleading on this one, please help the Vikings win a Super Bowl. Number 3, pay kindness forward. You'll be surprised how much you can change the world by doing little things for people. Number 2, put down the phone. Just sit down and talk with someone every day. Don't use email, texting, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or Skype to communicate. You can create much more of a connection with people by talking with them face to face than you can by using technology. And number 1, on what I would like to see the class of 2014 accomplish, and that is to dream big and never give up on those dreams. As Coach Herb Brooks told his 1980 gold medal winning hockey team, this is your time, this is your place. What happens next depends on you. Savo Haroshava, buena suerte, boa sorte, nasib wakan. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2014. Our first student speaker tonight is Madeline Sharp. Madeline is the daughter of Julie and Carter Sharp and the big sister of Mallory and Miranda. Madeline is the president of the Shakopee High School Drama Club and plans to attend the University of Minnesota in the fall to study pharmacy. Madeline was chosen to speak on behalf of her class because people kind of like me, and I'm not the one to cause drama. Ladies and gentlemen, Madeline Sharp.
Fellow graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2014. Soon we will walk across the stage to receive our diplomas. We will soon head outside these doors and walk into the world. We will soon begin to say our last goodbyes. However, when you look back on your experience, what do you hope to leave behind? What do you want your footprint to look like? Do you want to be remembered for your brain, having all the answers to the most difficult questions? Do you want to be remembered for your beauty, having a face like a piece of art? Or do you want to be remembered for your strength, being the star on the court? Frequently, throughout our 4 years of high school, we find ourselves asking the question, what is our place in this world? And somehow, when you turn 18, you're just supposed to know the answer. We all have something to give. The question is, what is it? The world tells us that the only thing we can give is either beauty, brawn, or brains. Society has engraved into our heads that you, as a person, are defined by the grades you receive, the school you will be attending, and the money you will make. However, I have had an experience that has changed my view on this matter. So when I was entering the 7th grade, I moved to a whole new school in a whole new town with a whole lot of new people. I remember crying every single night the summer before the school year began. However, this isn't that weird considering I live with 4 other women in my house. Still, the days leading up to the first class of the day was just as bad as I suspected it to be. No smiling faces, no empty spots, just me standing dumbfounded in front of a bunch of my new peers. Then, I heard this very loud voice scream, "Hey, you can sit with me!" I practically jumped for joy when my new friend Bailey Luce asked if I could sit with her. I sat down with her and we instantly bonded. She did more than offer me a seat that day. She was courageous and she saved me from feeling out of place and lonely. Now, some of you know Bailey, and she is nothing short of a spectacular athlete. She has great strength. Bailey can be found in some of the hardest classes on school. She has extreme intelligence. You can also see Bailey and her smile, and it is quite apparent that Bailey is beautiful. But in that moment, when she asked me to sit with her, none of that mattered. All that counted was that she saw me, a lonely little 7th grader, and asked me to have a seat with her. Until this day, I never thanked Bailey. When going into my high school years, I held that moment close to my heart, and I have tried so hard since then to emulate her. However, I often found myself failing to do so. Sometimes I succeeded, but more often than not, I disappointed myself. When someone was getting picked on in the hallway, I sometimes didn't say anything. When someone said rude things about my friends, my lips were usually sealed, and when someone said a nasty comment on Twitter, I found it hard to reply back. However, there was always this little voice in the back of my head saying, "You can sit with me." And that is what kept me going. As we look back on our lives as we grow older, who is going to be impacted by our presence? Are we going to be satisfied with just going through the motions of life? As we move on, let's all remember that we can control our futures. That in the end, it doesn't matter the amount of Facebook friends you have. It didn't matter what grade you got in your difficult math class. What matters are the relationships you've created, how you impacted this world to make it a better place. As time goes by, the memories of our time here will fade. However, the feeling you get when you look back at Shakopee High School will be determined by the relationships you've created. We take a piece of each other with us as we walk outside these doors. It only took Bailey Luce 30 seconds to spark a friendship that I believe will last a lifetime. We have a couple hours here, class of 2014. Make it count. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite the senior graduation choir under the direction of Mr. Mike Kovic, who is spending his 23rd year at Shakopee High School this year, to the stage. As they join us on stage, I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of Mr. Eric Christensen and the Shakopee High School Band for all that they do to make tonight great. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Swift. I have the pleasure of being the principal at Shakopee High School. Tonight marks the end of 36 years as an educator for me and my final day as a high school principal. I'd like to invite my fellow retirees, Mr. Neil Johnson, Ms. Jo Shelton, Mr. Brian Christian, and Mr. Gary Gregus to please stand and be acknowledged for all of their work on behalf of students. Seniors, we have spent a lot of time together. Pretty much you know my message. Make us proud, wear your seatbelt, stay away from angry people, and my latest favorite quote, when faced with the choice between being right or being kind, be kind. I could not imagine that there was anything more that you would want to know about me. However, when I walked into Miss Hanson's pre-calculus class and Miss Barron's CIS Spanish class and asked for questions I could address tonight, you came up with some fascinating topics. When did you first cut your hair short? Can you show us some dance moves? If you were tweeting right now, what would you say? What character from a TV show do you most resemble? Did you ever get over your first heartbreak? And the ever important, if you had to do it again. Question 1. If you were a character from a TV show, who would you be? Who do you think you are most like? Well, I really want to be Madonna, or Pink, or Beyonce. In reality, I'm Carol Brady of the Brady Bunch. I am Mrs. Weasley from Harry Potter. Wanting to be something that you're not, like Beyonce, while clearly being something else, like the Brady Bunch mom, has been a struggle for me. I often thought of changing my name from Kim to Natasha. I wanted to be a Natasha. When I go bowling, I write Natasha on that screen up there that records who you are and require that all the other bowlers call me Natasha while I'm bowling. I catch myself looking into the mirror and reminding myself, you are not Madonna, you are the high school principal. I have learned that you can be Carol Brady most of the time and Madonna on occasion. I have learned that you can develop many sides of yourself, and that helps you keep both interested and interesting. Question 2, can you show us some dance moves? Stay tuned, I believe that might be coming. Question 3, if you could tweet anything right now, what would it be? I would tweet, put your cell phone away, be present, be proud, wear your seatbelts. Question 4, when did you cut your hair? Who would care, really, who cares? Somebody wrote it, I swear. I wouldn't make this up. I went to the University of Wisconsin in the mid-70s, just as the Vietnam War was coming to an end. It was a fun place. It was very vibrant and stimulating. All the girls had long hair. Cutting my hair to a 2-inch pixie cut was tough. It symbolized my move from an opinionated, know-it-all adolescent into the insecure adult who eventually became a high school principal. Not only did I feel different, I looked different. I learned something from that haircut. You can actually capture time by eliminating less important things and replacing them with things that enhance your life. And I learned it's only hair. It's not anything important like reading and running and kissing. I learned that the hour I had spent blow drying my hair could be spent doing much more important things, like grading English essays, or doing push-ups, or rocking a baby. You see, we all get 24 hours in a day, and we get to choose how to spend them. People who are lazy don't get more hours. People who are busy don't get fewer hours. We all get 24 precious hours. And how you spend them is your life. Question 5. Did you ever get over your first heartbreaking relationship? No. Question 6. How much knowledge is enough knowledge? Can you ever have too much? When I was in college, I ran a drive-in restaurant, the kind that has car hops. We served hot fudge sundaes. I love hot fudge sundaes, but you can have too many. Too much of anything is too much. Knowledge might be the exception. I started college in 1974 and took classes through the year 2000. I started college in 1974 and took my last class in 2000. 3 college degrees later, I still knew that I didn't know enough. Knowledge forms you, defines you, enhances you. You grow by learning more. Keep growing. Finally, if you had to do it again, what would you have done differently? When I was a kindergartner, John Glenn got into a space capsule about the size of a bathroom stall at Shakopee High School and orbited the Earth. The first American to do this, and one of my first memories. It was February 1962. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong took a giant step for mankind as he stepped on the moon. I had just turned 13. I do not tell this to you to prove how old I am, but to show you how much happens during the first half of a lifetime and how great are the possibilities. I would take more chances. I would have said yes more and yeah, but less. I would have learned Spanish before heading off on a 500-mile walk across Spain. I know. I would have listened less to negative people. They suck the life out of you, and life is a precious thing. And finally, I would have shown more appreciation to the people who have joined me in this journey of life, people like you. Thank you for sharing what my family calls the Shakopee years with me. Thank you for letting me serve as your principal. Superintendent Thompson, school board members, it is my pleasure to present to you the 2014 graduates and request that they be granted their diplomas.
Class of 2014. One of the greatest honors that I get as a superintendent is to, on behalf of the Department of Education, on behalf of our school district, is to actually officially grant you the diplomas. Well, we have some good news and we've got some bad news. I'm going to start with the good news. How about those snow days? Okay? Now the bad news. It seems like we've had what the Department of Education calls a little technical error, and that technical error means that we're short about 1 hour for our seniors. So, because we've got such great faculty at the high school, I thought perhaps we could maybe pick someone to lecture We could ask Neil Johnson or someone else to come and talk to us about anything in the world and bring up topics that maybe you care about, maybe you don't. But I also thought that with this class being so special, it is almost like we want to have this tremendous amount of celebration and fun, yet we're not all so happy that you're leaving us. I mean, let's face it, we can talk about how happy we are, we can talk about going off to the next phase of your life, but it's with great sadness that you're leaving us. This class has made a mark for themselves, and it's very, very difficult, especially on our faculty, to see you leave. So maybe as part of that hour, let's see if we can't take a look at how heartbroken our staff is to see this wonderful class leave.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news talking this and that. Friends to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
I'm sure you know they didn't mean that. They are going to miss you very much. However, as the birds leave the nest, I'm not going to get that philosophical. There's a group of people in this room who are going to be heartbroken because it's your parents, it's your guardians, it's your significant people that you've been with, and that is heartbreaking for them. And I've often wondered, what happens at this moment tonight when they realized their little babies have grown up into wonderful men and women and are actually leaving the house? How disappointed, how sad they must feel. Let's take a look at a couple examples. Now, that might actually be genuine feelings there, I'm thinking, for some of our parents out there. On behalf of the school district and all of the wonderful things that you've accomplished as a class, I wish the class of 2014 the greatest of hopes and going after your dreams, and it's now my privilege to officially acknowledge this class as graduates of the class of Shakopee High School.
Would the class please rise and come forward to accept your diploma? Row one at least.
Abdel Fattah, Abdel Fattah.
Khadija Abdullahi.
Mendoyu Adam.
Ryan Ames.
Adam Anderson.
Hannah Anderson.
Nicholas Anderson.
Abby Annan.
Joycelyn Antwi.
Julia Antwi.
Mandy Arnovic.
Thomas Armstrong.
Keon Arlt.
Ryan Bach.
Lindsay Bailey.
Brett Baker.
Jose Banda.
Robert Bakken.
Rachel Banky.
Aubrey Jantz Bartlett.
Taryn Bemis.
Ariana Byrise.
Valerie Benson.
Jake Bennett.
Stephanie Burnt.
Nicole Bernal.
Addison Blair.
Skylar Betzinger.
Abigail Bowton.
Reese Bleskowski.
Anton Boyd.
Bradley Bourne.
Nicoletta Bregeman.
Ulrich Boyogino.
Terrell Brown.
Zachary Brigham.
Shelley Brimmer.
Kevin Bricky.
Elizabeth Bruss.
Ashley Brown.
DeAndre Buchanan.
Troy Brules.
Grant Burton.
Luke Bruss.
Josue Cabrera.
Eve Burdick.
Jacob Campbell.
Ashley Kane.
Carly Chase.
Zachary Carlson.
Ashley Chum.
Carlos Chavez.
Tita Tip Chulamantri.
Selena Chiv.
Hunter Coleman.
Michaela Clark.
Catherine Comford.
Catherine Koffel.
Sheldon Coughlin.
Nathan Coleman.
Maria Cruz.
Danielle Collison.
Ryan Davis.
Emma Conrad.
Elizabeth DeGeff.
Shailene Crowfeather.
Jillian Delarusso.
John Danielson.
Austin Desner.
Brian Dazrath.
Andrew Dip Nguyen.
Alicia Dearborn.
Alexander Din.
Cassandra Daney.
Nalini Dolaram.
Gabrielle Demiria.
Hannah Donnelly.
Emma Diaz.
Josh Dumalag.
Jacoby Diggs Ellis.
Jack Edberg.
Timothy Din.
Cody Elman.
Jennifer Don Juan.
Divya Esri Persad.
Logan Drill.
Zachary Etram.
Lauren Ebling.
Janice Finley.
Alexis Elbert.
Elizabeth Freeman.
Maria Engeseth.
Kayla Fleming.
Noah Estabrooks.
Jennifer Flores Ponce.
Benjamin Evans.
Michael Fong Manavong.
Elicio Fernandez.
Nathan Gaylor.
Jacob Philo.
Cale Geffrey.
Brian Fleming.
Paige Geis.
Amber Flood.
Stephen Gentrup.
Evan Flores.
Cody Garrity.
Madison Fortune.
Stephanie Guru.
Rachel Fry.
Michaela Gilson.
Carolina Galvez.
Brooke Gleason.
Kennedy Geis.
Hannah Glynn.
Ryan Geiser.
Eric Gonzalez.
Susan Gatura.
Eva Groff.
Kayla Ginkle.
Angela Grilly.
Karina Glenn.
Amanda Guile.
Trista Getz.
Lisbeth Gutierrez.
Emily Gorton.
Amar Hadi.
Elisa Greenhall.
Alexander Holler.
Madeline Gruenwald.
Carlson Hang.
Lauren Gunnis.
Brianna Harrington.
Blanca Guzman.
Austin Hassebrook.
Brandon Hofferman.
Matthew Hale.
Megan Holler.
Benton Herbal.
Emily Harder.
Brandon Harold.
Zoe Harvey.
Catherine Hill.
Joe Hexel.
Melanie Ho.
Henry Hank.
Anthony Holm.
Alfredo Hernandez Balmaceda.
Emily Horseman.
Madison Hootmacher.
Valerie Huber.
Alina Ho.
Anna Hughes.
Amanda Hong.
Hafsa Hussein.
Jeffrey Hollis.
Victoria Ivanova.
Victoria Holmgren.
Justin Jacobson.
Sophia Hauser.
Ayushi Jane.
You want to tell her real quick? There you go.
Emily Huerta Pliego.
Jacqueline Weezer.
Jackie Jansen.
Jacqueline Weezer.
Benjamin Jasper.
Adeline Isidoro Ruiz.
Adil Jamale.
Robert Jackson Jr.
John Jurius.
Sydney Jacobson.
Rachel Johnson.
Emily James.
Alexandra Jones.
Ryan Jackskinia.
Sierra Jones.
Kyle Jensen.
Andrew Jovag.
Eli Jimenez.
Ryan Conkey.
Cassandra Johnson.
Noah Kennett.
Spencer Johnson.
Peter Keo Lin.
Derek Jones.
Samantha Kern.
Jacob Jorgensen.
Alon Ketter.
James Joyce.
Jennifer Kim.
Samantha Kamal.
Anastasia Kaiko.
Kyler Kemper.
Ronald Katoy.
Zachary Kennicott.
Erica Cloth.
Jennifer Keown.
Ryan Kockelman.
Haley Kessler.
Terrence Coivisto.
Molly Colleen.
Kara Katilinik.
Allie King.
Daniel Krumpetich.
Nicole Kidduck.
Jacob Krell.
Tyler Clavin.
Nathan Kreiser.
Matthew Canute.
Suryapon Kumchaya.
Catherine Conan. Sebastian Key. Rachel Kosak. Ashley Larson. Donovan Kwanchow. Lily Lat. Udam Kaur. Khan Lee. Kelsey Kratzky. Austin Liedstrom. Courtney Krentz. Kaylee Lemke. Joseph Kubish. Jason Lynn. Ryan Kupietz. Melissa Lopez. Kylie Lackner. Bailey Luce. Michael Lassick. Carter Lures. Mariah Lattery. Andrew Lyon. Lynn Lee. Elizabeth McDonald. Angelica Leluc. Sydney Madron. Cindy Lutmasai.
Can you help with that one again?
Daniil Malinan. Fa Lemthamsup.
Good job. Dylan Lopez.
Sunnilar Mao. Kevin Lopez. Aaron Merle. Kelsey Lucas.
Maxwell.
Stephanie Mascareno Sanchez.
Go get him now.
Maxwell Luce. Giovanna Massard. Brandon Lee. Daniel Matheson. Nicholas Maybe. Jesse McCardle. Austin McCrae. Sarah McClay. At the real. Jake Myers. Mahalit McConan. Kaylee Mamula. Sreimam Men. Jordan Markgraf.
Congratulations, bud. You bet.
Travis Menden. Sandy Martin. Sean Merrifield.
Sheldon Nix.
Kevin Math. Sheldon Mix.
Melody Minia.
Isaac Matsky. Melody Minia.
Carlos Montoya.
Benjamin McBain. Carlos Montoya. Amber McCommons. Brandon Moran. Callie Andrea Magali. Joshua Mueller. Kevin Menden.
You got that one?
Say your last name. Catherine Mulcrone. Celeste Mendez Jacobo. Nicholas Nelson.
Diana Wen.
Alexander Messer. Diana Wynn.
Cassandra Wen.
Alexander Myhofer. Cassandra Wynn.
Touch Wen.
Rachel Miller. Toch Wynn.
Justin Nicholas.
Benjamin Montine. Justin Nicholas. Mara Mukai. Meredith Northway. Brianna Munsky. Veronica Nutt.
Megan O'Brien.
Christian Wynn. Megan O'Brien.
Odenthal.
Justin Wynn. Zachary Odenthal. Matthew Wynn. Bennett Olupo.
Caitlin Ostrowski.
Peter Nepp. Caitlin Ostrowski.
Caesar Pantaleon.
Parker Noes.
Corinne.
Caesar Pantaleon Estrada. Corinne Nugent.
Caitlin O'Brien. Congratulations.
Alec Pauley. Caitlin O'Brien. Jake Peterson.
Boy Fat.
Alexis O'Laughlin. Kim Hoy Pat.
Alexa.
Caleb Olson.
Osorio.
Alexa Pluman.
Pacorni.
Ana Osorio Moya. Zoe Picorni. Danny Ung. Sergey Poznikov. Christopher Patterson. Trevor Precht. Chapo Penn. Striker Quinn.
Megan Reed.
Monerath.
Zachary Peters.
Monerath.
Say it again.
Megan Reed.
Amy Puran.
Ryder.
Monirath Pin. Tyler Ryder.
Deanna Ray.
Jeremy Puran.
She says you know.
Deanna Ray. Jessica Pratumtong. Elena Rick.
Myron Robinson.
William Prohaska. Myron Robinson.
Chad Romer.
Rabitz.
Natalia Rabitz.
Ravenholt.
Chad Raymer.
Ron Dooley.
Chase Ravenholt.
Cassandra Regier.
Kylie Rondu.
Maggie Rowan.
Cassandra Regier.
Reno.
Maggie Rowan.
Rudolph Nancy.
Anastasia Reno.
Ryan Reynosa.
Matthew Rudolph.
Raymond Sanchez.
Brianna Reynosa.
Roman. Raymond.
Ramon Sanchez.
Aldo Sandoval.
Drew Rickert.
Waldo Sandoval Mendez.
Joanna Cecile.
Sarah Reeder.
Juan Rodriguez.
Joanna Cecine.
Dominic Schlepper.
One name.
Juan Rodriguez Jr.
So she says you got it?
Ronin?
Dominic Schlepper.
Kayla Schmidt.
Alexa Ronaine.
Rosengren.
Kayla Schmidt.
Taylor Schmidt.
Mariah Rosengren.
Taylor Schmidt.
Sandoval.
Elena Ruff.
Ruben Sandoval.
Adam Schumacher.
Singer. Maxwell.
Ruben Sandoval.
Maxwell Sanger.
Vijay Sangara.
Don't worry, they're really not happy. Regardless, like.
Madeline Sharp.
Charlotte Cole. Jillian.
Batii.
Greta Schleif.
Sierra Schmitz. Congratulations.
Jillian Shelfo.
Seavick.
Sierra Schmeltz.
Rich Mead.
Cullen Sevick.
Samantha Sin.
Blake Schmieg.
Samantha Sin.
Blake Schutte.
Jennifer Siv.
Chad Sorensen.
Riley Scully.
Really sensible.
Chad Sorensen.
Kayla Stark.
Cody Sensabaugh.
Michael Sheila. Congratulations.
Kayla Stark.
Natalie Sims.
Steele. Calvin.
Marcus Sheeler.
Calvin Steele.
Stegeman.
Natalie Sims.
Laura Stegeman.
Antoine.
Calvin Sisampan.
She says you got it?
Antoine Steffens.
Dana Stewart.
Vilivon Suchamali.
Brianna.
Dana Stewart.
Shelby Strojan.
Brianna Stack.
Jordan Stavro.
Shelby Strojan.
Nicholas Sewell.
Jordan Stavadal.
Nicholas Sewell.
Nicholas Steffens.
Sean Serbaugh.
Kyle Steinhoff.
Matthew Spiel.
Jordan Storm.
Svetlana Tabakov.
Sarah Stroh.
You know that one?
Jennifer Tanner.
Chien Su.
Jessica Savat.
Jared Taylor.
Faye Sisson.
Jessica Savak.
Faven Tessima.
I'm doing that too. I'm gonna pull it out. I
Adrian Zilbert.
Zachary Tangeman.
Brian Tice.
Zachary Tangeman.
Allison Taylor.
Shania Tice.
I thought you were in very much. Sorry, I'm nervous.
I graduated a long time.
Allison Taylor.
It's gonna be fine. Madeline Taylor. Just walk out.
Gabriel Thompson.
How you doing, bud? Congratulations.
Madeline Taylor.
Congrats, dude. Thanks.
Danny Took.
Eric Tice.
Andrew Timmerman.
Sean Thompson. What do you got?
Tyler Tice.
Cullen Tokanen.
Victoria T.
Sean Thompson.
Victoria T.
Anna Tran.
Get out there and get it, man. Just get out there and get it.
Vitora Teve.
Jacob Titus.
Quan Tran.
Tolkien.
Jacob Titus.
Tolkien.
Anthony Underwood.
Wyatt Tolkinen.
Danny Vaughn.
Amanda Tran.
Myra Vergara.
Kevin Tran.
Tenzin Silent.
Marcos Villalobos.
Tenzin Sayung.
Sojina Voon.
Rota Ui.
Samantha Rebecca.
Alexander Wagner.
Samantha Verbecki.
Got it.
Eric Wagner.
Oh, they traded. Brandon Vilichuk.
Levanco Juarez.
Alex Walker.
Eric Vivanco Juarez.
Boone. Congratulations, dude.
Dylan Walker.
Solisa Voon.
Ryan Wagner.
Dylan Wallabeck.
Brian Wagner.
Andrew Wathanaphone.
Michael Wagner.
Tyler Weiss.
Allison Walker.
Rachel Wessel.
Kyle Walker.
Austin Wick.
Hannah Ward.
Kayla Denise Wilson.
Emily Webster.
Adam Wise.
Logan Wenish.
Connor Young.
Yeah, he got it last time.
Lujane White.
Matthew Zorn.
Jonathan Williamson. Allison Zhang.
It's an easy one. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Angie Yee.
Got that one? Okay. Congratulations.
Lucelena Zarate. Laura Zier.
Our final speaker tonight is James Joyce. James is the son of Mike and Carrie Joyce and the big brother of Colin. While at Shakopee High School, James has been involved in basketball and football. Next year, he plans to attend St. John's University. Here is his one final goodbye to the class of 2014. James Joyce.
Okay. My fellow graduates, I want to thank you for this opportunity to give the farewell address. I would also like to thank our parents, the teachers, and the administration for helping us make these last 12 years fly by. Thank you for your patience, your guidance, and your encouragement throughout the years. But there are also a few unsung heroes that I'd like to mention. I'd like to thank Netflix for giving us all somewhat of a reason not to do our homework. I'd like to thank SparkNotes for giving us more time to watch Netflix. And finally, Wikipedia, which despite being tagged as an unreliable source by every teacher at Shakopee High School, it still gave us at least 90% of our research for class papers. For those of you that don't know me, my name is James Joyce, also known as Jimmer, as in Jimmer Fredette, the NBA basketball player. You see, when I decided to try out to give the graduation speech, I looked up a lot of videos on YouTube where students had inspirational stories about overcoming hardship and diversity. Many of them would get up there and make deep comments about life and mankind's role in the universe. They'd say things like, change the world, or make your class proud. I enjoyed hearing those speeches, and I was impressed, but I just couldn't see myself giving a speech with that exact message. As for me, I agree with my grandpa, who once told me that life is like a roll of toilet paper. I'll let that sit for a minute. I'll come back to that later. You see, when I was a kid, I thought I had it all figured out. I was going to be one of two things, either a superhero or a professional basketball player. Early on in my life, I learned that I wasn't a superhero, so that dream stopped right there. As for being a pro basketball player, well, I came to realize that I was Irish. You see, I come from a long line of vertically challenged Irish folk. My mom is 5'5", and my dad is 5'8". And Dad, I love you, but you were built for comfort, not speed. But that didn't stop me from playing basketball. Eventually, I made the varsity JV basketball team my junior year. I never really played much in the season, and when people asked me what my role was on the team, I I would look at them and I'd say, well, I'm a 20-20-20 player. Now they'd always look at me confused and say, so are you telling me you average 20 points, 20 assists, and 20 rebounds a game? I'd look at them, I'd say, no. If we're up 20, or we're down 20, or there's 20 seconds left, I'm coming in. You see, most people wouldn't have liked playing my role on the team, but I came to love it. We've all had our roles here at Shakopee High School, whether it was sports, music, theater, student government, or just being an everyday student. We all contributed to the overall experience of earning our diploma. I know the makeup of the student body has changed over the years, but I think it more accurately reflects the face of America. Our student body is vibrant and confident and ready to move on to whatever the future holds. My role on the basketball team gave me the unique opportunity to hang out with the ball boys. Now, for every home game, Shakopee basketball has 3 second grade kids as ball boys. Now, a ball boy basically rebounds for the players during warm-ups. Now, these kids are in second grade, and I will tell you right here and right now that my favorite people to deal with in this world are second graders. Why? A second grader will believe anything. One day during the playoffs, we didn't have practice after school, so I decided to go shoot hoops at the Shakopee Community Center. I was alone in the gym except for one little kid on the other side, who I recognized because earlier in the year he was a ball boy. This kid was watching me with an amazed look on his face the whole time I was shooting. And then I realized, this kid thinks I'm as good as the real Jimmer Fredette. Like I said earlier, I picked up the nickname Jimmer somewhere in my basketball career. And the funny thing is, Jimmer Fredette and I are nothing alike. For example, the least amount of points Fredette ever scored in one game during his college career was 13. When I added up all of my total career points at the varsity level, I had 12. Jimmer Fredette holds the record for the most points ever scored at his college. I hold the record for the most fouls ever committed by a senior on JV. Lastly, Jimmer Fredette has a vertical leap of 36 inches. I don't mean to brag, but if you stack 36 credit cards on top of each other, I can clear that. Now, as I kept shooting, this kid kept watching me closer and closer. He reacted to every shot, make or miss. And for some odd reason, I started to get very nervous. As a result, I started missing more and more shots, and it got to the point where I probably airballed a few layups. That kid left the gym a while later that day. I've never seen him since. When I look back on it, I can't help but laugh and think about how stupid I looked trying to fool some second grader into thinking I was NBA material. Chances are, if I just relaxed and done my thing, I would have done a much better job. And when you think about it, that's life. The only way to live life is to be yourself and enjoy the moment. Life gains momentum and life keeps rolling. But we're ready. We're graduating from a great school, and we've been part of a growing and vibrant community with the support of our family and friends. As my grandpa always said, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The less you have, the faster it seems to go. So enjoy it. Shakopee graduates, go out there and enjoy your life. Thank you.
In just a moment, I'm going to ask the graduates to rise. I would like to invite the rest of you to please stay seated until the graduates have a chance to exit this arena first. Would the Shakopee High School graduates of 2014 please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Shakopee High School graduates of 2014.